Not much really happens in the beginning of the movie, but at the same time, everything is happening. This film is about tone. Hey guys, today I will be reviewing The Blackcoat's Daughter. This film is made by relative newcomer writer-director Oz Perkins. This guy is somebody to watch, and it'll make more sense towards the end of my review. This is a horror film revolving the story of three girls, mostly based in a Catholic boarding school. It's that time of the year where everyone gets to go home for break, but for one girl, Kat, her parents don't show up, and she has to stay at the boarding school. Another older girl, Rose, her parents also don't show up, but that's because she's dealing with a potential pregnancy, so she gave her parents the wrong date. There are two chaperones that are supposed to be keeping an eye on them, but for the most part, they need to deal with their own issues. Simultaneously, there's a third girl, Joan. We don't really know how she's related to the main story, but we do know she just escaped from a mental hospital and is wandering the streets until she's picked up by an older couple whose intentions are also unclear. This film is the definition of a slow burn. It is slow. The director takes his time with all the shots, but the shots are all very beautiful. He's a big fan of symmetry. I don't think I've ever seen so much symmetry in a non-Wes Anderson film. Not much really happens in the beginning of the movie, but at the same time, everything is happening. What I mean by that is this film is about tone. We enter this film with a pretty intense scene, but after that, we only get glimpses of something sinister. For the most part, the director builds tension through his use of very slow and steady camera shots. And the score, oh my god, the score. This score carries this film, and it would not have worked without just the orchestra filling up every scene. This film is anchored by its three lead performances. Kiernan Shipka plays the youngest girl, and as a relative newcomer, she's very good. We believe her as this scared girl who's just worried about where her parents are. Once things go darker, she does a good job reflecting the increased darkness of this film. Emma Roberts and Lucy Boynton also do a great job as the other girls. They have that pretty and vulnerable quality required to really sell these performances. A quick side note, Lucy Boynton was amazing in Sing Street, and you should see it. It's one of my favorite feel-good films of last year. Okay, back to this film, which is the feel-bad film of the year, kind of. I think the casting of the three leads is very strong. It's an interesting setup to have these three girls interweaving stories as the centerpiece. For the most part, I had no idea what was happening, and that was both exciting and frustrating. And exciting. The story is hard to predict because there's so little of it, but I was still locked in by the combination of the visuals and the score. The parts that do reveal some of the plot to us, they're interesting enough and they help carry us through the less important scenes. But like I said before, every scene is both unimportant and important because even when it's not driving the plot forward, it's still pushing you deeper into the feeling of dread and unease, and that's exactly where the director is trying to take you. So the reason I said Oz Perkins is one to watch is because it takes a very confident director to do this type of film at this pacing in a way that doesn't frustrate or anger your audiences. It would be very easy to make a boring film taking as much time as it does with each shot, but it really is shot very well, and you might be bored, but it's really hard to look away. It's also hard to give this film a grade because I think it does what it sets out to do very well, but it's not the type of movie I'd go out of my way to see. With that being said, it is a gorgeous and well-made film. I wish the plot was a bit clearer or more stuff happened. Overall, I give The Blackcoat's Daughter a B. If you're in the mood for a slow burn, then you'll really enjoy this. If you feel like you're a bit short on attention span, I would pass or save it for another time. It's available right now across different streaming platforms, so you can get it instantly off Amazon, Vudu, and Fandango. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I'm going to try to focus on reviewing smaller or lesser known movies, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.